and I'm not pulling that thing out. And I was like, push.
It was done halfway, right? It didn't come out all the way.
I was yelling at him, push, because I'm not pulling it out. Push, ready.
はい、皆さん、こんにちは。リュウクルーです。今日はですね、前々からいただいてたリクエストの一つに、英語で話してる動画を見たいというのがあったんです。でも今ね、私、ご存知の通り、日本帰国中なので、英語を話す機会って全然今ないんですよ。賞味。なので、賞味って合ってますか？ないんですよ。せやから、どうしようかなって思ってたんですね。ちょうどいいタイミングでですね、今、オンラインの英会話レッスンって結構流行ってますよね。僕自身もやったことは一回も今までないんですけれども、そんな中ちょうどですね、Camblyさんっていう、そういったオンライン英会話のサービスをしているところがあるんですが、その方からですね、よかったらうちのサービス使ってくださいということでお話いただきましたね。めっちゃちょうどええやんということでですね、今日は久しぶりにですね、オンラインの英会話レッスンを使って海外の人と英語でお話をしてみたいと思います。私もね、日本帰ってきてもう2ヶ月ぐらい以上経ったのかな。だからね、だいぶ英語も話してないんですよ。ちょっと自分の英語もめっちゃ不安なんですけれどもね、いつでもまたカナダ戻って仕事を戻れるように自分のね、英語の練習も兼ねて今日はやっていきたいなと思うんですけれども、もし興味ある方いらっしゃったらご覧くださいっていう感じでございます。
I don't like.
今日はね、私のこのドキドキ初英語オンラインレッスンでございますので、初めての先生はちゃんと選ばせてもらいたいということでございまして、緊張しておりますけれども、どんな話を先生としたらいいのかなというところで、やっぱね、自分が興味ある話とかじゃないとなかなかね、服シワシワやな、また。大丈夫ですか？日本人はこんなシワシワな T シャツ着てるって多分思われます。すいません。けどこのまま行かせてもらいます。ということで先生選びたいんですけど、何話しようかなっていうところで、私はね、やっぱり自分が興味あるのはアビエーション、航空関係のお話なんでね、Camblyっていうサービスだと、結構パイロットとか検索とかね、あとアビエーション、航空関係とか、エアラインとか、フライトアテンダントって入れると、元フライトアテンダントの方とか、現役フライトアテンダント、現役パイロットとか、航空関係の方とか、結構出てきました。なので、私自身今こういう感じで仕事ね、大変な時なんですけど、他の国のエアライン、航空関係者の人、どういう風に過ごしてるのかなっていうのを、実際ちょっと生の声聞いてみたいなというふうに思ってます。
Hi, Shell.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Hi, Bella. How are you?
Hi there, I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm Patty. What is your name?
I'm Ryan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Ryan. Where are you from?
Sorry, what was your name?
Ryu.
Rio.
It's kind of that's tough to pronounce actually, but you can call me Ryan. I have English nickname as well.
Ryan. Okay.
Yeah.
My name's Michelle. Nice to meet you.
Oh, Michelle. Okay, nice to meet you.
Your English is amazing.
No, I'm
Okay, so what were you doing in Canada?
I'm a flight attendant.
Oh, amazing.
But it's like
That was not a good time to be a flight
I know
attendant.
exactly. So
I run a hotel in Cambodia, and now's not a good time to have a hotel either. So it must be really difficult for you right now.
I've been laid off, so I still getting paid from the company because the government actually paying to the company and company paying us.
And I think as well, when you're a flight attendant as well, it's your whole lifestyle is like hugely affected.
I actually enjoying like staying home and like not going like
having a bit of a break. Yeah. So what are you gonna do? Have you got any plans?
So they might call me back in 5 years. So in 5 years I can go back. 5, yeah. That's a long time, right? And I can go. I still hope like 5 years things might change, right? So.
Wow. That's a huge thing to say. If we might call you back in 5 years. Oh my God. So what are you going to do then in the meantime? Have you got any idea?
Not really. And I'm actually doing YouTube channel now, and
nice.
A lot of people watching my channel. So,
cool. What's your YouTube channel about? What sort of things do you talk about or do?
I used to talk about my job, like flight attendant lifestyle and stuff, but now I came back here and just like daily stuff, like vlog and stuff.
So you said that you like the hotel industry.
Yeah, I'm really interested in that. Like, I also like one time I wanted to own like a little hostel, whatever, in Kyoto.
Yeah.
I'm from Osaka, so like Kyoto is just like 30 minutes away from here. So yeah, before this thing happened, I was kind of thinking like eventually I want to have like a little hostel and then,
Yeah, nice.
Downstairs kind of stuff.
I think anything that you look to do at the moment has to be focused on domestic travelers. I think international travel, I think, is going to be quite a way in the future. Personally, like, we've got the hotel here, and it's tough right now. We have people just staying long term now. So before the pandemic, it was, all tourists. And now it's all long stays, so all people stay monthly. I think in Japan you've got lots of good incentives, haven't you, for domestic travel, promoting domestic travel now?
Yeah, that's right.
Which I think is great. See, there's nothing like that here. It would massively boost, I think, the economy if they did something like that here.
Yeah, it's actually working out, I think.
Yeah, really good idea.
Border has been closed, or?
The border is closed to tourists if you're here on business, but you cannot come here to travel. Yeah. So it makes it very, very difficult for people.
Well, hopefully, like, this situation get better soon. By next summer, how do you think?
It's really difficult. When's it going to change? I have no idea.
I am currently, I just retired flight attendant industry for over 27 years. And so,
oh, wow.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to be home more.
So, how many airlines have you been flew with?
I worked for 6 airlines in the United States.
Okay. Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, well, it wasn't all in flight. I did customer service and reservations for United.
Okay.
I flew for United Express, and then I flew for Northwest, and then I worked for Continental, which is now United.
Oh, thank you for typing there. I didn't know that. Okay.
And before United, I flew for MGM Grand Air.
Okay, I never heard of it.
It is a celebrity charter company.
Okay.
It was based out of Los Angeles.
And what kind of questions you got there? You remember?
Yeah, actually. Of course, the introduction is the most important. It is the most important thing that anyone could ever, on any interview. I used to recruit for SkyWest.
Oh, you
And I was an in-flight instructor.
Oh, wow, okay.
When I would look for my introduction and the appearance of my person, when I am advising a flight attendant who wants to interview, I ask them to research the company.
Like when they started and like what kind of aircraft they have, kind of stuff?
History,
yeah.
And mention, if you can, one honor or award the airline earned.
Oh, okay.
In the last 2 years. You can go 2 years.
Last 2 years. Okay.
And this is very important. Look at the uniforms and the flight attendants and match their hair.
That's a good point, actually, yeah. So when you show up at the interview, like a lot of airlines just say like, just wear business casual or like wear whatever you feel like yourself, but just try to wear something like similar to their uniform and stuff, right?
Yes. I can give you my introduction as an example of what got me the job with SkyWest, my last one.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Let's see if I can remember it. That was 20 years ago. So I actually recorded it and timed it.
Oh, okay.
I keep it under a minute to a minute and a half. Usually the interviewer has approximately 2 hours, maybe 3, to fill at least 40 positions.
Okay, 2 to 3 hours for 40 positions.
And please sound upbeat and don't sound like you're too practiced.
Do you have dogs?
I do.
I'm in England, yeah, in the UK.
Okay, what time there now?
It's 3:45
PM?
Yeah, 3:45 PM.
Okay.
So you're in Japan now?
Yeah, so past midnight.
Must be super late. I know. I was gonna say.
It is, but I woke up like 11 this morning, so. But I just want to ask you some like general questions. Is it okay for you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. Perfect.
Yeah, no worries. Ask away. I'm happy to answer your questions.
Okay, so I didn't prepare any questions here, but I just want to like chat with you, and then I just want to talk about your interview and stuff. Is it okay?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was a little while ago now. I really miss it.
So, British Airways was your first airline?
The first airline that I applied for, and actually I didn't think that they would accept me. It was quite a rigorous sort of interview, and there was various stages, and you kind of were getting cut at each stage, and they were sending some of the people away. So I was really happy when I got to the end. It was unexpected.
Do you remember how many steps you've been through?
Oof, I think it was 3 different stages in total. So there was like the online application, then an in-person kind of like group day. The third stage is you have like a one-on-one. So I think it's 3, but I may be wrong, and it may have changed. This was 6 years ago. What has been your favorite destination?
I guess Hawaii. We flew like to 4 different islands. I think there are 4, right? 4 major islands. We flew all of them. So I usually like each islands every month.
I've never been there.
Yeah, it's so far from London. You're from London, or?
Yeah, well, I'm from Kent, which is about an hour from London. But I lived in London while I was flying. I lived in London for about 13 years.
If you remember, when you had an interview, what kind of questions you had there?
Okay, the questions that I got asked, I remember that a lot of it was like scenario based. So they'd give me a scenario with a customer. Say a customer had experienced a flight delay elsewhere, they'd almost missed their connection, they got on really stressed, they'd forgotten their baggage or something like that. And they would say to me, like, how would you deal with this situation, or what would what would be your first action? And you have to run through the scenario, and obviously it's all about the customer and making them feel comfortable, but at the same time not compromising your health and safety requirements, because safety is a big issue. But I think they were mainly scenario based and trying to see my personality.
That was all like new hires, like someone came from different airlines as well?
Yeah, there was lots of crew from other airlines, and it made me feel even worse when they would send them home, and I'd be like, if they're sending someone experienced home, what are they even going to think about me? I couldn't work out who they were keeping, because obviously when you're in a group, like you meet the girls there, or the guys even, and you start chatting and you start thinking, oh, that person, they've got a lovely personality, I bet they're gonna accept them. And then like an hour later they get told to go home, and you're like, what? How are they choosing people? It's so weird. I couldn't work it out. I really couldn't.
They're watching something, right? For sure. They're focusing on, I don't know, some skills.
Yeah, they must have their like own hidden criteria. I don't know.
For me, like I had an interview in Canada, right? So it's everything happened in English, which is my second language. So I was just so nervous about that part. Like, the question was scary, but before that I have to speak in second language, which is so stressful.
Yeah, I can imagine. But I can imagine interviewing in another language is just, kudos to you. Like, that was amazing. I would very, very stressed.
So like during my interview, my interviewer was Canadian lady, obviously, and she doesn't speak Japanese, right? But then they wanted to test my Japanese skills, so they just gave me some kind of Japanese announcement book kind of thing. So I had to read that loud to her. So she was like, yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, you could have said anything.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, yeah, sounds good. Sounds like Japanese, okay. Well, like, yeah, I could say anything, right? But then you say, okay, just now you translate that to English and explain me what you said. So still kind of she tried to make sure that I'm actually reading Japanese properly. But it's kind of weird way because she doesn't speak the language. It's like,
that's strange.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Stay safe though.
I will do.
Yeah.
I will do.
Bye. Bye. Yeah.
はい、ということで無事レッスン終わりました。ふーって感じなんですが、やっぱ初めてのオンライン英会話ということで、やっぱりね、オンラインで初めて会う人と話すってめちゃくちゃ緊張するじゃないですか。だからめちゃくちゃドキドキしてたんですけど、やっぱりね、1個目のレッスン終わるとだいぶね、慣れます。だから2回目以降のレッスンはだいぶ落ち着いてというかもうあんまり恥ずかしいとか緊張なくね、話すことができました。で、私の場合今回4人の先生にレッスンしてもらったんですが、2人はアメリカ出身の先生、2人はイギリス出身の先生でした。ちょっと聞いていただいてわかるようにちょっとアクセントがやっぱり違うところがあると思うんで、イギリス英語だったりオーストラリア英語だったり ったり、カナダだったり、アメリカだったりってね、いろんなこうネイティブのアクセントをね、聞くチャンスもすごいあるんじゃないかなというふうに思いました。で、このキャンブリーに登録している先生は全て英語がネイティブの先生のみが登録しているそうです。で、1万人以上のネイティブの先生がキャンブリーには所属しているそうで、まあ世界中にね、いろんなところに先生が住んでいるので、日本の時間関係なくね、朝でも夜でもお昼でもアプリを開くと先生がいるっていう感じになります。まあ自分の空き時間、お昼休みとかいつでもできるっていうのは魅力ですよね。で、僕の場合今回はホテル関係とか航空関係に携わっている先生とお話、レッスンしたかったんで、その場合はですね、検索ができます。例えばエアラインの関係だったらエアラインってタイプするとエアライン関係の先生がバッと出るんで、そこからですね、選んでお話しすることできますし、次の日以降でその先生を予約しておくこともできるんで、結構便利だなというふうに思いました。で、今回僕の場合はエアラインのことについて、まあフリートーク、好きなことをちょっとお話ししたい、いろいろ聞いてみたいということだったんで、まあフリートークっていうセッションだったんですけど、まあなんかこう英語をしっかり勉強したい、まあ特に文法を勉強したい、トイックの勉強したいとか、そういう場合はちゃんとそういったカリキュラムがあるので、まあそれを選んでですね、それに応じてレッスンすることもできるそうです。で、初めにも言ったんですけど、僕自身オンライン英会話って初めてやってみたんです、今回。で、なんかイメージとしてはオンライン英会話って結構もうちゃんとパソコンの前に座って、ちゃんと格好して、もうちゃんとこう、なんかして正してみたいなね、そういうイメージだったんですけれども、このキャンブリーはですね、パソコンもちろん、携帯、タブレット、いろんな端末に対応してるそうなんで、出先でもレッスンができるっていうのにね、結構びっくりしました。携帯とかね、タブレットできるんやったらすごくね、気楽に始めることができるなっていうふうに個人的に思いました。僕の英語も全然まだまだですしね、もう全然自信があるものでもないんですけど、やっぱり英語勉強し始めた頃って、外国の方と話すのはめちゃくちゃ緊張するんですよね。しかもオンラインとか電話でね、こう、面と向かってじゃなくてっていうのは余計こう、ボディランゲージとかもなかなかね、それで表現できるのも限られるからすごい緊張するんですけれども、やってみると意外とコミュニケーション取れるし、それができるとすごい自信につながるなっていうふうに思いました。なので、もし興味があって始めようと思われる方いらっしゃったら、まあね、最初は15分とか短い時間でやれることをお勧めします。もし、初めてですごい緊張してなかなか英語も詰まって出てこない場合、30分結構ね、長くきつく感じちゃうと思う気がするんです。で、まあ15分ぐらいやったら試してみてもいいかなって思われる方にね、リュークルー、これね、売っていただければ、紹介コードのところにですね、売っていただければ15分無料でレッスンができるということでございます。はい。もしよければ気になる方、やってみてください。まあ15分タダでできますしね。ということでございまして、今日の動画ここまでにしたいと思います。はい。ということで今回ね、私関西弁ほぼ喋らず英語でございました。でも英語もね、結構関西弁アクセントが出たかもしれませんということで申し訳ございませんけれども、まあ英語であろうが、中国語であろうが、韓国語であろうが、フランス語、スペイン語、イタリア語、まあ何語、関西語、何でもそうですけれどもね、やっぱりネイティブの人とちょっとでも話す時間作るっていうのはすごい大切やなというふうに思いました。はい。関西弁練習したい人は私ともしよければ練習してくださいね。ということで今日の動画はここまでにしたいと思います。最後まで見ていただいて本当にありがとうございました。また次回の動画でお会いしたいと思います。ではね、バイバーイ。